Ladies, gentlemen, I need to talk to you about the CJRB Pyrite Light. I've been carrying this knife for probably 2 or 3 weeks now for most of my knife duties, and I'm pretty impressed with it. It's really an amazing knife at an incredibly low price. I'm going to go to the table and I'm going to talk and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, so stick around. Okay guys, look, I know this is an inexpensive knife, but I really want to talk about it. So on the table, it is a small knife. What is it, like 1, 2, 3, and basically 3.5 inches, 3 point something inches in length. And it is a button lock. The steel is CJRB's proprietary AR RPM 9. Now that is probably a spray metal variant, not a powdered metal, but a spray metal variant of one of the Chinese steels. I've tested this steel pretty extensively previously with one of CJRB's other knives and came away very impressed. I don't think it has quite the edge holding of one of the true powder metal metallurgy steels like you see the Crucible does, but it's darn close to an S30. You know, we're not going to put it up in the same ballpark as Magna Cut, S90, any of those, but understand that you're talking, guys, let's be real, this is a $30 knife. For its money, this thing punches way above its weight class. And let's talk about weight class. I hate to bring in the old standby, but let's talk about the Benchmade bug out. It's the one that everybody talks about for good, bad, or indifferent, right? It is kind of an industry staple. Some people love it, some people love to hate it. Some people hate on the bug out. And I understand why. Like, the bug out has a partial liner. So if you look, man, it feels somewhat, to some people's tastes, flimsy. Like it doesn't really have that really strong durability that you get the feeling from, say, a knife with a full set of liners, which, by the way, the CJRB Pyrite Light does. It has a completely full liner on both sides. It's nested. It's not skeletonized, so it's not, I don't know if you can see it, and also, pardon me, man, my knife is really, really dusty on the inside because I've been carrying it. I've been carrying it in my pocket, and I didn't hose it down for this video. And I like to bring these both up because when we talk about, oh, let me get my scale, when we talk about things like weight and all of the various pieces, parts, like the bug out is crazy light. Like, it is the knife that disappears in your pocket and you legitimately don't know it is there. We're talking 1.85 ounces on my scale. I don't know what Benchmade claims the weight is, but that, as I carry it right now with some goo on the blade, pocket lint in there, 1.85 ounces. And the Benchmade bug out, I have had in my jeans pocket, taken off my jeans and forgot that this thing was in my freaking pocket. I've completely forgotten it. And so if you want to talk about the mark of the knife that you carry when you don't want to carry a knife, that's probably pretty high up on that hallmark list of things. If we look at the Pyrite Light, you know, we're a full ounce heavier. So, you know, is that extra ounce going to cause your pocket to sag to the ground and you to walk sideways? I'm pretty sure no. It is heavier, but you are paying for that weight in the durability and the feel, because it feels really strong and heavy despite the light weight. Like, it feels more substantial, which, like I said, was probably the big complaint that most people had with the bug out. And if you watch some other videos, like I saw somebody literally destroy a bug out. He like started bending it. I'm not really going to do that with mine, but he like literally took it and started bending the handle, and at some point the handle where it was just FRN and not liner, because the liner ends somewhere right around here, I want to say, kind of mid on the knife. You bend it hard enough there, guys, it's going to snap. Now, you know, to be clear, any kind of knife is probably going to snap if you bend it hard enough. But with the bug out, people continually complain about the really unsubstantive feel of it. I don't get that with a CJRB. And I don't know that I have a strong preference, blade profile, one way or the other. They're both really useful to me in my day-to-day, what I need them to do. This kind of modified Wharncliffe-ish blade, I like. I think it's pretty legit, and it's worked well for me. Guys, I haven't sharpened this at all. Like literally it's out of the box. I've used it a bunch. And despite that usage, here's my favorite knife sharpen testing medium, the Uline catalog, but you know, it's still very sharp. You know, is it shaving sharp? No, it's not going to shave at its current juncture, but I bet if I stropped it like even just the tiniest bit, it would come right back. It's a button lock. It may not have quite the substantiveness of the Benchmade axis lock or any of its variants now that that axis lock is no longer on copyright or patent. So you're seeing a lot of variants of this type of lock come out from other manufacturers. But, you know, in general, I think this is a super durable, super good lock. Ambidextrous. You don't have to put your fingers in the path of the blade to close the knife. And that's one of the things I like about the Benchmade axis, and I like the bug out for that particular reason. This is a button lock, and the button lock, once again, let's see if I can right hand flick it. I'm a lefty, so there we go. The button lock does not require you to put your fingers in the path of the blade either. Do I think it's as sturdy as the axis? No. For a knife this size, I'm not going to be batoning this thing through wood. I'm not going to be doing crazy stuff with it. I'm just not. This is a, you know, a light to medium duty pocket knife, and for that I think a button lock is perfect. And for that matter, I think the button lock has that nice ambidextrousness to it as well, because here's my left hand. I can just use my index finger to close it. Right hand, there we go. I can use my thumb to close it. So in either way, it really behaves that way nicely for me. You've got a swappable pocket clip on it, so if you are one of those goofy lefties like me, you have the ability to trade pockets if you want to, or if you're a righty and you just want to carry it in your support side, which some people like to do, you can do that with this knife. Did I mention 30 bucks? Guys, 30 bucks, man. It's really, for the money, it's a screamingly good deal. All the CJRBs always come with a nice little pouch too, which I think mine's still upstairs somewhere. But a nice pouch that it comes in, supporting material. For the price, this is crazy, guys. Because look, this bug out, yeah, it's got a better steel. No lie, there's a better steel. This is S30V, and you've got AR RPM 9. This is, I don't even remember what the pricing is on this thing, man. But the last time I checked, it was somewhere around 180 bucks for this. Guys, you could buy, how many of these for 180 bucks? Like literally, you could treat this as semi-disposable, but the thing is, it's not a disposable knife. It's really sturdy, nicely made, nice little finger choil on the blade. They've got a blade coating on it. I don't know why they bother. There's a few different color handles that you can get, and you can get a Damascus one if you want to get upscale, but I think you're talking about like 60 or 70 bucks at that point. So if you want something that looks prettier, you know, that's there for you. But if you're just looking for a nice, handy, lightweight pocket knife, guys, I really like the Pyrite Light. I've had pretty good success dealing with CJRB in the past. The last time I spoke with them, they actually returned emails and messages, and I think that they are really kind of, I think, doing well in the space that they're currently running the market in. And they make higher-end knives too under the Artisan Cutlery brand, which is the parent company of CJRB. But in general, guys, I think ever since one of my friends turned me on to, it was Kevin, by the way, turned me on to one of their knives, I've always had a soft spot in my heart for them. I like them and I want them to do well. Yep, it's a Chinese-based company. They manufacture off-seas or offshore, which is why you're getting the RPM 9 as a variant of the Chinese steel. You know, it is what it is, guys. I understand that for, you know, a US-made knife, you're going to pay more. And, you know, Benchmade has its people that like it, people who don't like it, you know, just like every other knife out there. I will say this, Benchmade has a very high opinion of their product. And no lie, they make a good product, but I will say that their stuff is not cheap. Their cheapest knives are still not cheap, and their expensive knives, if you are a collector of knives, then I feel for your bank account. Hopefully you have a very good paying job, or you're a trust fund kid, because some of those knives are 500 to 1,000 bucks. Nice knives, no lie. But you know, I'm not gonna be buying a $500 knife every month, not on my poor little salary, not even with mad tens of dollars of advertising money I make doing this YouTube stuff. But this is something that anybody pretty much can afford. And oh, I should mention my disappear in your pocket trick that I did have with the bug out, well, I haven't carried the bug out in quite a while. It's not that it's a bad knife, I just don't carry it that often, but I have been carrying this ever since I got it. And by the way, this is a Christmas present from my in-laws. Appreciate you guys freaking rock. But basically since Christmas, I've been carrying this in my pocket. And several times I've done the exact same stunt that I did with the bug out, where I had it in my pocket, forgot about it, and just took my pants off and dumped them on the bedroom floor, and had to go back later and get my knife out of my pocket because I'd forgotten that it was there. So at least for a big ogreish me, this passes the you forget that it's there. It's the knife you can carry when you don't want to carry a knife. So once again, guys, nothing but good stuff to say about CJRB and the Pyrite Light. I'm not going to make this any longer. At some point in this video, hopefully I posted the length, width, blade length, blah, 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 the usual stats when it comes to a knife. And if you are so inclined, guys, I'd pick one of these up. I do have a link for this in the description. It is an affiliate link. It doesn't cost you any more to click on that link, but it does help this channel a little bit. You might add at least a quarter or 50 cents to the tens of advertising dollars that I'm going to pick up. I'll end this video here, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. And if you like content like this, which is kind of gear-based, but, kind of really loose in that regard, we're talking a broad spectrum of gear, everything from knives, guns, flashlights, fitness trackers. I've kind of got a soft spot in my heart for those, and including the old Garmin, which I keep going back to, like a beaten spouse. I kid, Garmin's a good watch. But if you enjoy such content, a subscription will definitely get you more of the same. I always appreciate a like. As I understand it, when it comes to the YouTube algorithm, about the only thing YouTube cares about is that you watch the video to the end. And so if you're here, you're pretty much there. I really appreciate you doing that. It really kind of helps me out. Anyways, take care, stay safe. I'll talk to you soon.
Get 'em, Jay.